land where your curiosity meets their perspective. It might not be the Stone Age, but we leave no stone unturned. Stream knowledge at tgn10.com.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run.
Tell me a story. Polar bear, I'm grizzly, sir. Hands warm as princess, beauty so priceless. Why you looking down, not on ice, no water? By your reflection, you must be drawn like me too. Lift your head, bear, before your crown falls. Maybe it's a bipolar thing. Sorry, I heard the world a globe like a bowl. North and south are the poles. Your strength amazes me. From the same tree we stem, but icy water gets me numb. Like me, them fishes, small meals. Heard you are a sea lion type. Them deals you must seal. Catch the hype? You my kind of bear. White and brown, your ethnicity is black after all. I bear hives, like them sweet. I believe that's your tone. Get me in the zone. Hold on, I'm on the phone. Oh, that's my heart telling me to tell you that my hands warm for your freezing heart. Freeze no more. That's the next part. Hope I find myself in a river as it reflect for your being. I select king of thy throne at the time I act elect. So let me take my time, find me in time. I'll act because let me tell you a story. I'm lost in the North Pole. I found you. The story goes, hi polar bear, I'm grizzly, sir. Hope I'm the right one for you to finally bear. For this is my story of how I found you, yet so rare. Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again to another Poetic Thursday. It's been great. I believe you've gotten your word Wednesday, which was posted yesterday, and I hope you loved it. But today is a different day. Today it's a new day. Today is Poetic Thursday. I think from now on, basically just send through your words during the week, and I'll kind of like work on them beforehand. I think writing would serve a little bit best, and unlike the freestyles that I did last week. And hope you also enjoyed them, but I think I should just write more, because I heard some people requesting to literally have them on hand, and I was like, okay, I didn't write that, I just freestyled it, but I think I'll write them, just send your words beforehand into that. But now moving straight along into our poem for the day. Today, you've just heard the poem just now, Tell Me a Story. I know, like, who are you talking about? No one. I'm a poet. I will put myself in any mood and say what fits my current situation. But let's just leave on that. And now I'm just going to obviously start off and go along and do the breakdown of the poem Tell Me a Story. It feels like a 2- poem in a way. It's long. It was supposed to be longer, but yeah, I just hope you love it as well today as I have, and let's get it. So tell me a story. You know the drill. I'll read it first and I'll interpret it after. Tell me a story. Polar bear, I'm grizzly, sir. Hands warm as princess, beauty so priceless. Why you looking down, not on ice, no water? By your reflection you must be drawn like me too. Lift your head, babe, before your crown falls. Maybe it's a bipolar thing. Sorry, heard the world a globe like a ball. North and south are the poles. Your strength amazes me. From the same tree we stem, but icy water gets me numb. Like me, them fishes, small meals. Heard You are the sea lion type, them deals you must seal. Catch the hype, you my kind of bear. White and brown, ethnicity is black after all. I bear hives, like them sweet, I believe. That's your tone, get me in that zone. Hold on, I'm on the phone. Oh, that's my heart telling me to tell you that my hands warm for your freezing heart. Freeze no more. That's the next part. Hope I find myself in a river as it reflect for your being. I select king of thy throne. At the time I act elect. So let me take my time, find me in time. I'll act because let me tell you a story. I'm lost in the North Pole, found you. You don't know how much great this poem is to me. The story goes, hi Polar Bear, I'm Grizzly Sir. Hope I'm the right one for you to finally bear. For this is my story of how I found you, yet so rare. Yes, I believe now we've read the poem. It's time to obviously start the breakdown. Just now, we're going to basically get onto the breakdown of this poem. Break it down, make it lovely, hear it nicely, and right. So yeah, let's just get more into it and be a little bit more intricate about it. So I'm going to go on, tell me a story. Why? Number one, let's talk about the title. When you read the poem, the title, you're like, what am I? You know, I know. So tell me a story. How did the poem really come about? Why the title Tell Me a Story? It's Tell Me a Story because it's a story that is being told way before you meet the woman, but you believe that this woman is a woman that you saw within a dream, and then within the dream you are now exposed to who they are and what they look like. But you're saying, when I meet you, I'll basically tell you a story. That's why the heading really stems from. When I meet you, I will tell you the story. And obviously it starts off by Polar Bear. We believe black, right? We're black individuals. We have yellow people and we have brown ethnicity people. So I believe we've seen that in terms of color, hence the person that was seen within that very dream in itself. I'm not referring to myself, should anybody start asking questions. But I won't say names. That person is a polar bear, almost you know, depending on what lingo you're using in South Africa. So it's hey polar bear, so polar bear, yellow bone right there. I'm Grizzly Sir, so I'm Grizzly, I'm the one who's brown, right? Hands warm, so my hands are warm because I'm from the side of the world which is warm and not as cold as where they live, right? So Ice Princess, they live in the North Pole, they live in the snow, and obviously Ice Princess, they basically are the beauty so priceless. Obviously we represent white as a very beautiful color in itself, so it's beauty so priceless. You cannot compare any form of color to white. It's white is just heavenly, it's divine, it's most of the things, right? So why are you looking down? Mostly when polar bears don't really get food, they look down and are basically in the search for food. They are looking down. So why are you looking down? Not on ice. I'm not saying why you're looking down on ice, right? Or obviously the water, the icy water that's there by your reflection. But then I start to assume that maybe by your reflection you are drawn. By your reflection, right? You must be drawn like me too. So you are drawn by a reflection, just like I'm drawn by your reflection. That's now me speaking to this person and saying to them, I must be drawn. I haven't met you yet, but I must be drawn to you like you are to yourself when you see it, that image in the water. Lift your head, bear. Now obviously lift your head. Look at what is before you, right? Look at the beauty that surrounds you before your crown falls. And again, at the same time, it's a sense of saying, lift your head. and smile, because you are the princess of that very icy place. So if you lift your head, your crown remains still, and they recognize that you are queen. Maybe it's a bipolar thing, right? The bipolar thing, let's not confuse it. Bipolar here was meaning bipolar, bipoles, two poles. We have north and south, obviously. I kind of explain it as we go ahead, and then I say sorry, heard the world at lobe. Now that's me apologizing to say don't confuse me in what I'm about to say. But I heard that the world is at lobe, and then north and south are the poles. So obviously the bipolar now is finally explained. Your strength amazes me. We do know that polar bears are very, very strong, right? But they're from the same tree we stem. So obviously stem isn't like the stem of a tree, but at the same time we are from the same tree, meaning that we are from the same family. We are both bears, but icy water gets me numb. For me, as a brown grizzly bear, I cannot swim in cold water, right? I do not spend my time in cold water, hence they get me numb. I like me them fishes. Normally grizzly bears basically hunt for fishes in rivers, right, which is basically a small meal compared to what they have, polar bears have within where they are, right? They mostly have bigger meals. Heard you're the sea lion type, so they have sea lions. They eat seals where they are, and then them deals you must seal. Obviously once you catch that, it's a deal now with your hunger and stomach. You just sealed it, right? Catch the hype. Obviously they're mostly very, very, very hyper animal. Seals are more like hyper animal, so catch the hype. So you're catching the hyper animal. You my kind of bear. So I love that. I love the fact that you basically never let yourself down, and you actually look way beyond where you're supposed to be looking, and you look bigger and never smaller. Whereas at this point in time, I underestimate my skill and thinking that I'm out of your league, right? The small meals kind of thing now tips back in. White and brown. So you're white, I'm brown. Your ethnicity black. We do know that once you flip the fur of a white, a polar bear, you can see that it's black underneath, just like black as well. I bear hives, like them sweet. Normally we know that grizzlies like honey, and obviously they go to hives and they grasp them as they are, the honey inside, so they capture them with bare hands, so bare hands like that. So I bear hives. I hold up the hive so that I can get the honey with my own hands. I believe that's your tone, right? I believe that's your tone. You're turning me into this man of strength who just faces danger, and articulated back to the bear hive right there. And that's basically you saying, I wanna be with a man and then I basically stop you, and then my pride takes over. So your tone gets me in that zone. So it gets me in the zone of literally recognizing that I need to be a man at that moment in time, right? So that's one of the other parts as well. And then I was like, hold on now. Basically, then my heart is speaking to me as to basically I'm supposed to do. So it's calling me. So obviously my heart is speaking to me. It's calling me over the phone in itself. But now get this, that's your tone. And now hold on, I'm on the phone. That's my heart. The heart has its own beat, which is, well, you can convert it to being a tone. So that heartbeat is also a tone. And then I'm also now speaking on the phone, speaking to my heart. But my heart is with who? With her, right, at the same time. And now remember that I also hold this now, telling me to tell you, right, now that my hands warm for your freezing heart. I now have your heart in my hands, and it as much as you normally live in the icy waters, my hands are warm enough to assure, because I'm from the warm side of life, to make sure that you're well taken care of, right, so that your heart will freeze no more. That's the next part. So now the next part, after I tell you that I'm into you and that finally I've met the woman of my dreams, now this is the next part of me telling you as to how this is now going to basically go down, right? Me now telling you how good I'm going to treat you, right? To share umuntu mostly, and please do keep your promises, people. God, please try to know exactly what you're going to be consistent on and keep that in, right? Hope that I find myself, because I need to find you while I'm stable, decisive, and in phase, right? In the river. So normally the river flows. As much as the river just flows, I don't just want to flow with it. I want to see myself and know exactly where I'm flowing as it reflects. So as it reflects me. So irrespective of it just flowing, anything from my vibes. So as it things is just flowing, that flow is something that is of great resemblances to me looking for myself in there, right? For your being, I select you to be with you, dear lady, right? I'm king of thy throne. So the king of thy throne, at the time I act, elect. So by the time I want to sit on the throne in your heart, I want you to choose me too as I choose you, right? Hence, it goes along those lines. So let me take my time, find me in time, I'll act. So basically now I'm going back to that, explaining the river and the reflection. I'm going to find myself, I'm going to be that, so that when I find me in time, I'll act. Now when I'm ready, I'll then act. When I basically see you, I'll know that I'm ready when I basically meet you. Because let me tell you a story. I'm lost in the North Pole. So I found myself in the North Pole because I saw you in that dream, and now I'm looking for you, right? And now in looking for you, I'm in there, right? And then I found you. So the story goes, and now I met you. Now I'm now telling you the story of how I saw you before I actually even met you. Hi, polar bear. I'm Grizzly, sir. Hope I'm the right one for you to finally bear. For this is my story of how I found you, yet so rare. You're one of the rarest bears, but at the same time, I was able to find you when I was really lost in there. And that is Tell Me a Story. One beautiful poem. I hope you got to enjoy it. It was short, I know. Like a short G. Yes, it was 100%, but I'm in love with it. It was one beautiful poem that I wish will be as extensive and as excessive as it should be for everybody that was able to really now enjoy the poem itself. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't also forget to share with people. And don't forget to press the like button as we go into this. And more content is on the way. Kondano Kolo's first shoot is coming in next week as well. Just letting everybody know the Faith podcast is coming back next week. We're having other new podcasts that are also developing in the background. We have a varsity podcast coming out sometime next year, early next year. I think varsity students would love that. And just be alert. I'll put up a surprise as we go along with them. So yes, for now, if it's a conversation, it's a podversation. So let us podversate. See you next time, and subscribe, like, and share. That's important to note. Press that notification bell so that you can stay notified as to what is coming next. Love you guys. Hope you're doing well, and hope you keep shooting to the stars. Let's go.